Hey, what's up, Tech? It's Josh here, and I have the Mate 20 for review, and I'm gonna go over the pros and cons about this phone, what's good about it, what advantages it has over other phones, and some disadvantages compared to some other phones in general. Not really comparing it to a specific phone, but just kind of want to give you guys an overview about what I thought and my experience I've had with this phone for the last few weeks. I appreciate Huawei for sending this out to me so that way I can take a look at it and share my thoughts with you guys. Let's go ahead and dive into this video. The following information I'm going to share with you guys is in no particular order. I'm just basically sharing my thoughts and experiences, the pros and cons about this phone. First of all, I do like how you have multiple ways to unlock the screen with this device. You have the fingerprint reader, but you also have facial recognition, and I'm going to try to do this on the side of the camera but let you still see it. But it's really quick, like it's fast, and I like this part about it. All you have to do is hit the power button and look at that. Like my finger's not on the sensor at all. And then of course you also have the fingerprint reader, and that's just as quick. So you have multiple ways to do that. You got your PIN codes, passcodes, all that kind of stuff that you see normally on a lock screen. But I really love being able to just press the power button, see my face, and it unlocks really snappy and quick. And just kind of speaking about security, it does have some extra levels of security for different parts of the phone. You got Google Play Protect, you got Find My Device on. I like that because if you do lose your device, you're able to locate it. If it's stolen, you can locate it. You got location access, security updates, fingerprint ID, facial recognition, lock screen passwords, password vault, app lock, private space, file safe. So if you need some secure file management, you have those options as well. So it's just got a lot of cool stuff as far as the security goes with Huawei. I do have a case installed. I'll go ahead and just take that off. It comes with the device, so it's really cool that they provide a case for you so you don't have to actually go out and buy one if you don't want to. It's not the most protective case, but it's gonna help protect against those bumps and scrapes. Just average kind of stuff, and you're able to see the glass back design. So I'm going over the pros right now. The cons I'll get into in a second, and that's going to refer to the glass back on this. All right, so Huawei included 3 cameras on the back of this device. It's got different focal lengths, you got wide, zoom, and then just your average shooter. So you're going to get different kind of results with that stuff, and it's cool that if you want a wider angle, you can do that. If you need to zoom in, you can do that as well. Or if you just need a plain Jane photo, you can get that to go with all your collections. The front, you're gonna see that teardrop notch. I'm not a fan of notches, but this is not nearly as bad as some other devices that we see out there like the Pixel, the iPhone, but this does a pretty good job, and it's really just reserved for that front-facing camera. So the pro of this is that you don't have a huge notch, even though that there is a notch there. Next is the camera app. The camera app is fully loaded, and that's one of the things I appreciate about Huawei devices. A lot like LG or Samsung, you're gonna get everything that you want in the camera app. You get tons of options here. You got aperture mode, you got night, portrait, your regular photo, video, pro mode, which is more manual controls, which is awesome. And then you got more stuff here. You got slow-mo, panorama, monochrome, AR lens, light painting, HDR, time-lapse, filter, 3D, watermark, documents, and then you can go over here and download a few more things, which is basically just the foodie pics. It doesn't get up to 4K resolutions for video recording on the rear side. On the front, you get 1080p. As far as the results go, it's definitely like top 5-ish in this area of the camera department. With that said, there is a pro version of the Mate 20, and that's gonna have a better camera. It's got 40 megapixels. It's a beast of a camera. This one's dialed down a bit. So that kind of gets me into my next point, which is the price point. The price point is cheaper than the Pro version. So if you want to save some money, you still want some similar features of what Huawei offers, this is a good option. I believe it's 799 euros, and if you want the Pro, it's going to be like 1,000 euros. So you can kind of see the difference there. If you don't care about wireless charging or water resistance, and then a lower resolution screen, this is a good option for you. Or if you just can't afford that 1,000 euro, dollar, whatever kind of currency that you're on, this is a good option to go for. It's got a 4,000 milliamp hour battery that you can go from 0 to 80% in 45 minutes. That's really fast charging, and you get long battery life. So if you need something to last you a while, or if you're a heavy power user, this is something to check out. If you're into gaming, you know, anything that uses a lot of heavy usage, heavy power consumption, this is a good device to go for. And for those that care, it does have a headphone jack. So some people really want that headphone jack still, and you got it with the Mate 20. And one last thing about the camera is that it is partnered with Leica. Now, I've owned the Leica Q before. It's probably and is my top camera, my favorite one of all time. It does not produce the same quality as like an actual Leica camera, but the Leica partnership does help out with the quality of what is in the smartphone camera, so you're not going to get a bad camera experience with the Mate 20. Let's get into some of the cons, and I alluded to this point before, and I was talking about the battle between the United States and Huawei. So that kind of limits the United States availability. You can buy this in other markets and maybe get it shipped over if you need to. It's not as easy as just going to Amazon.com and getting a US version. You're just not going to get that. So just be prepared. Be prepared not to get a USA model. The other con, and it's not a huge deal breaker, it actually really just comes down to preferences, is that it still has the emotion UI. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like the app drawer isn't that much of an issue, but once you get into some of the settings and whatnot, I don't really care for the coloring. It just doesn't look that great to me. I would actually prefer it to be stock Android feel versus what they provide here. Like I said, it's not a huge deal. It's got a lot better than what from the past. Obviously, you can download some different themes, and that does help out a lot. You can download a different launcher like Nova Launcher to get some different icons, and that does help out a lot. So it just kind of depends on your preferences there. One of the biggest reasons to have a glass back is to have wireless charging. This does not have wireless charging, so it's kind of pointless to me to have glass backs when there's no wireless charging. There's a lot of cool materials that could be used versus a glass back. It does kind of look good. Huawei does a really good job with the design. I love how I don't know, the light rolls off of the device. That's like another perk about it. I've enjoyed the looks of the glass backs that they provide ever since the Honor 8. The Honor 8, in my opinion, still to this day has the best glass back design. I don't know, it's just one of those things, if I don't have wireless charging, there's no point other than the design to have it. So why not provide something really cool like OnePlus used to do, the sandstone back, or leather like Motorola used to provide. Really cool options that they could do. I don't know. I mean, the Pro version, yeah, it has wireless charging, so it has glass backs and it's justifiable, but this one does not. This has no This has no IP68 water and dust resistance, so you gotta be careful with the device. You can't let it get wet too much, or just against the elements. Just keep it protected if you're gonna get this device. This only has a full HD plus resolution, which is 1080p by 2244 pixels, and it's the same display that you see on the Honor 8X, which is a low budget device. So for the price point, I think that this device deserves a better display. With that said though, it doesn't look bad. It's just when you're paying so much money, I think that they should beef it up more than what they sell a really low budget cost phone. I'm sure there's some other pros and cons out there, so let me know what you think down in the comments. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so you can see more videos like this. Like this video, share it with your friends and family. Thanks for being part of this channel, and I'll catch you guys next video.